Hey guys, welcome to another video and the second in my smart home automation series. In the last video I mentioned how we installed those August smart home locks and they would continually die because they were outside of Wi-Fi range. That was the main problem that I wanted to fix by getting rid of the Verizon routers that were provided by my ISP. These were absolute crap and couldn't reach most of my smart home devices without a lot of latency or lag. So with that, I went ahead and decided to upgrade about a year ago to the Eero Pro 7 Nest Wi-Fi system. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the video. So let's go ahead and quickly talk about the design of the Eero router system. It is very clean and minimal, and it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. You can go ahead and put it basically anywhere on top of a dresser, on top of your desk, and it's going to look just at home on any of those places. In terms of the I/O, it's also very simple and minimal. You have your Type-C port, which is used purely to power the router, and it's not a data transfer port. Next to that, you have two 5 gigabits per second ports, and that's nice to see considering that 5 gigabits per second is a lot faster than the 2.5 gigabits per second that are usually offered by other routers at this price point, but it definitely would have been nicer to see a full 4-switch hub inside of this router. If you do want that, that's something that you will have to upgrade to the Eero Pro or Eero Max 7, which is the same, which is like the more beefy version of this, but that is a lot more expensive. There also is a WPS quick connect button. Actually connecting this router system to your network is very simple. You basically just go ahead and put it onto your modem, and all of the setup is done exclusively through the Eero app. The Eero app is kind of really nice and simple, but it does require quite a bit of digging for any type of advanced features. That is where I would have liked to see Eero at least have provided the option for a traditional web interface, which most other routers provide. This is one of the main, I guess, criticisms of the Eero system, is that it is really good if you don't want to get into the nitty-gritties or deep dives of networking and you want a very simple setup experience and just have Wi-Fi that works out of the box. The app also cleanly allows you to visualize your usage of how much internet you're using from your ISP, and also look at those metrics by device as well as the different bands. The Eero Pro 7 specifically is a tri-band system, so obviously you have your 2.4 gigahertz bands and your 5 gigahertz bands, but you also have access to the 6 gigahertz band, which is where a lot of more newer Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 7 devices will be able to run. And that works really good for me because all of my laptops and my home, all of them are able to connect to the 6 gigahertz band, and I have absolutely zero issues using that and have low latency and ping from using it on the Wi-Fi 6 band, because there's very few devices that are actually connected there. Now, in terms of Wi-Fi performance, I've had no issues here as well. I did actually go ahead and compare it with two other systems before finalizing being on the Eero, one from Asus and another from TP-Link, and the main reason I did that was because while two of these nodes are connected via Ethernet backhaul, I needed one place in my house, which is particularly far away from where the Ethernet actually comes into my home, to be connected over Wi-Fi backhaul. That's where I found that the Eero system actually outperformed the TP-Link Deco 7 system, and then also another one of the Asus systems I tried. Over my internal network, I was getting about 300 megabits per second of speed to my home storage server, which is not good at all by any means, considering that the computer that I was using to test this on, which is my M4 MacBook Air, supports a max of 1.3 gigabits per second because it's a Wi-Fi 6E device. It's still much better than the performance I was getting over the TP-Link and Asus system, which were capping out between 100 to 150 megabits per second. And you may be like, why are you getting speeds that low anyways? And that purely has to do with where this Wi-Fi 7 node is being placed. It's being placed at a very far end of my house where there are a lot of walls and a lot of object interference in between, so it's perfectly reasonable that the speeds are that low. Despite all of that, 300 megabits per second was the best speed I could achieve in any of the devices that I had tested. So while that's not to say that there isn't room for improvement, I do think that the Eero devices do a better job while being connected over Wi-Fi backhaul. Now, in terms of any of the nodes that were connected directly via Ethernet backhaul, I had absolutely no problem reaching the maximum amount of speed that was supported by the device that was connected to the network. Over my M4 MacBook Air, I got the full 1.3 gigabits per second of speed to my home storage server, and that was really nice to have just because it's very convenient to be able to transfer a file wirelessly over anywhere in the home and just have it directly go to my main storage server. Now, I will say that is not the main value proposition for why I actually got the Eero Pro 7 system. One way where I think this device actually goes ahead and beats out the competition is the fact that it's not purely just a networking or router device. It is also an integrated smart home hub because it has native support for the Matter and Zigbee protocol. These are both things that are required if you're going to be using them for connecting a lot of smart home devices. For example, most smart home devices will most likely let you buy like some type of Zigbee or Matter hub that you connect to your network, and those hubs tend to have a lot higher latency when they're actually connected over Wi-Fi to your main network. The fact that you can have it all inside the router is something that's very nice, and it gives you more flexibility because you have less devices just to manage. Now, I will say there is one caveat here, and that is that the Matter and Zigbee protocol, they're all tied down to the Amazon system. Now, Eero is an Amazon company, which means if you want any types of smart home integrations via Matter or Zigbee, they're all going to be via Alexa. So that means no Google Home or Apple HomeKit. So that's something I'm actively testing right now, but I really like the fact that it's natively built into the router. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this video. I'm going to be posting a few more videos about this router system specifically as I integrate a lot of Matter or Zigbee IoT devices onto it and see how it actually performs. So yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.